When working with electrical installations, understanding cable types and derating requirements is crucial, especially within dwellings. NM, often called Romex, cable falls under the category of non-metallic sheathed cable as defined by the National Electrical Code. A critical consideration when installing NM cable is whether you need to derate its ampacity, especially when bundled together. The answer is yes. According to the NEC, you must derate Romex cables when bundled in a dwelling. This means you have to reduce the allowable current the cable can safely carry. The derating is necessary because bundling cables restricts their ability to dissipate heat, potentially leading to overheating and creating a fire hazard. The degree of derating depends on the number of cables bundled together. For 2 or 3 current-carrying conductors, no derating is required. However, when you have 4 to 6 current-carrying conductors bundled together, you must derate to 80% of the cable's ampacity. For 7 to 9 current-carrying conductors, the derating factor drops to 70% of the cable's ampacity. If you have 10 or more current-carrying conductors bundled together, you must derate to 50% of the cable's ampacity. These derating factors are based on a standard ambient temperature of 30 degrees Celsius or 86 degrees Fahrenheit. If the ambient temperature exceeds this level, further derating is necessary. For ambient temperatures between 31 and 40 degrees Celsius, which is equivalent to 88 to 104 degrees Fahrenheit, you need to derate the cable's ampacity by 2% per degree Celsius above 30 degrees Celsius. For example, if the ambient temperature is 35 degrees Celsius, 5 degrees above the base of 30 degrees Celsius, you would derate by 10%, or 5 times 2%. In situations where the ambient temperature exceeds 40 degrees Celsius, consult the cable manufacturer for specific derating instructions because standard NEC tables might not cover these extreme conditions. Consider an example of 6 Romex cables bundled together in a dwelling where the ambient temperature is 35 degrees Celsius. First, because there are 6 bundled cables, you must derate to 80% of their original ampacity. Second, because the ambient temperature is 5 degrees Celsius above the base of 30 degrees Celsius, you must further derate by 10%, 5 times 2%. To find the final adjusted ampacity, multiply the initial 80% by 90%, which is 100% minus the 10% derating for temperature. This gives a final derating factor of 72%. This means the allowable current carrying capacity of each Romex cable in the bundle is now 72% of its listed ampacity.